I'm going to show you how to find common ground as a group. Now, in a group, you may have to make a decision, and there's a lot of different people in this group. So each one is going to have a different opinion. And they're going to be spaced out in different dimensions of how they feel about the topic. Maybe talking about what pizza to get as a group order for pizza, or where you're gonna go out to eat or something like that. So some people can be more like vegetarian or like meat, and some people like to spend a lot of money and some a little money. So whatever dimensions there are, you have differing political opinions or dining opinions. So really this is about politics. And as a group, you want to make a decision that people would say they don't regret making that decision. And one way you'll find out if they regret the decision is if most people would rather do something else. So that's why you might want to pick something in the middle, because no matter what you pick in the middle, if you compare it to anything else, then more people in the group are going to prefer the option in the middle. So it's really the common ground that you're looking for. This works in any direction, right? You pick any point, draw a line between it, and you'll find that most people would rather have the middle option than any other option. So, how do you find that? You could hold a vote. And what would that be? So you hold a vote and you have each option in this vote. And what happens is that, you can just divide up people into these little groups between the options and just connect these lines, and you'll find out that people all pick a side, right? If you only say pick one, then they pick their side and they vote for that, and it looks like maybe this side wins. But that's less than 25% of people. So what's going on here? Well, people split into little groups, and that's the problem. So how do you solve that problem? Well, instead of dividing everybody up all at once, just consider each option one at a time, or two at a time. So just between these two options, you'll see that this one's better. So really, this guy isn't right. And between these two options, this one is not. And you just realize that the middle option would beat any other option. So what would that look like? That would basically be looking at every possible pair of options. So say there's A, B, C, D, and E, and you like them in that order. That means A versus B, you like A over B, and A over C, and B over C, and you have a pair for every. You have a choice for every pair. Oh, kind of. Really, you just have a single ranking. So, say you had a ballot. You had A, B, C, D, E on the ballot. Then on the ballot, you would write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you like number 1, A, and number 2, B. So you put these guys into a tier system, a ranking system. And in your ranking system, you can tell for A versus E, you like A better. And you can do that, everybody can do that, and it'll work out pretty well. You find out what the middle is. So that ranking system is pretty good. So what else is there? You could also just allow people to vote for more than one candidate. So if you had a couple different candidates, maybe a guy right here would kind of split in between split these candidates in half, and he'd vote for these two candidates, but not these. So that this works really much better in a different little diagram. Very common one, Venn diagram. So say there's two populations of people and they like candidates in their little circle. If you only allow them to vote for one person, then they're going to vote for the person in the center of their circle. And you can imagine this like a primary. So each group has their own primary, and they pick, each one picks one candidate, and then they run against each other in the general. And nobody's running in the middle. Why? Because people are only going to vote for this guy or this guy, the people they picked in the primaries. Nobody's going to vote for this guy. Even if they do, it's only going to be this amount of people. The rest of the people are closer to one or the other. Let me draw that a little better. So this amount of people here is smaller than this amount or this amount. So the way you would solve this is to just allow people to vote for more than one candidate, because they're going to vote for everybody in their circle, right? So if you count these votes up, this half, these people get half the vote, these people get the other half the vote, so the people in the middle get all the vote. And those are the people that are in the common ground. So what does that actually look like as a ballot? Well, it's pretty simple. You have A, B, C, D, or, and you just have a checkbox. So if you like A and B, then check those boxes. If you like D and E, check those. If you like every candidate but A, then there you go. So this is approval voting. Vote for those you approve of. And there's also other voting where you could give them judge them on a scale of 1 to 10, like you would do for a diving contest or something like that. And you can get very fine-grained with that. There's other ways to do it as well. So that's score voting, where you give them a score. So each of these different methods is pretty good. There's even more that you could think of. There's different ways to count votes. You could involve some conditionals, like you could eliminate candidates that aren't doing well. That way they don't interfere with other candidates. And you could also have a multi-winner system where maybe you have two candidates getting elected. Maybe you're picking pizza, and you could have pepperoni, meat lovers pizza, and you could also have a vegetarian pizza. So there's really a lot of the ways you can deal with votes after that. But just as counting systems go, picking one person does not find common ground in the group, but picking multiple people, that allows you to find common ground. And that's the point of this explanation. You have to allow people to vote for more than one person in order to find common ground.